All right, it says it's live.
All right, good morning, everyone. This is Carrie Sparks with Pioneer Title, your Arizona title gal. Every Monday, Chris Papaccio from eMortgage and I talk about business development, skills, ideas, all that kind of good stuff. And so I want to talk about, and Chris, why don't you give your contact information, licensing information, we'll keep it all legal.
So Chris Papaccio, I'm with eMortgage Management. The license number is 336676. We're over here in Gilbert.
All right. So if you hear little bells in the background today, all three of my puppies have decided to join me in the living room for this today. So if you see them running around, that's them. It's Liberty Bell, the German Shepherd. We have Olivia Jean here, who is the Cairn Terrier terrorist, and Dolly, my little Yorkie that is the catalyst for so much in the house.
and I should mention real quick that I know I'm back down from the mountain, so I no longer have my moose behind me. I have like this huge light from my office. First day back at the office also, so this is all new, this location. I do want to thank our fans who named the moose Zeke, Zeke. So that was the whole week up in
I think that was Courtney Bogerno from Realty One Group.
We had to say hi to the moose every day. So thank you.
Courtney's awesome. She's a really good customer of one of our branches, and just love her. So thank you, Courtney, for helping us name the moose. So Chris and I were talking before we went on the air about this whole journey through COVID-19, shelter in place, and what's happened. And I was mentioning that I watch Shark Tank like a lot. I'm a big buyer supporter of it as well. And Kevin O'Leary at the beginning of this whole pandemic made a statement that has stuck with me. And that was that the entrepreneurial spirit is going to come and rise out of garages, backyards, basements, and the whatnot during this time period. And I was talking with one of my coworkers last week when I was down in Tucson, and we were talking about the opportunities to be an entrepreneur right now, particularly when you have the support and encouragement of the place that you work for. The entrepreneurial spirit at Pioneer Title, which I'm so proud to represent every day, is one of the things that I have become a really big deal to me, because during this time, not only have I reinvented myself, but they supported me through it. And that's not necessarily the case. I was telling Chris that a lot of times in the title industry, and I have to believe that it's in the mortgage industry and the real estate industry, just all over, that we're waiting for that cue from leadership at the top, someplace else, maybe not even in your marketplace, but waiting for somebody to tell you what to do next.
Right.
But if you're truly an entrepreneur, this is your moment to run with it. And Chris and I wanted to talk about that. And I think it's kind of a neat concept to consider today, because there has been so much opportunity to grow and change and become stronger and better. And maybe that's not just in your work life, but in your personal life, spiritually, and just so many different aspects of who you are as a person. And I just want to get your thoughts on that, Chris, and your guidance.
I mean, as we were talking a little bit about this before we went live, I totally agree that and it should be kind of like the 2x4 between everyone's eyes. If you're not already in that mentality, really this industry, to what you were just commenting, if you're a realtor, a lender like myself, title, even to the home warranty people, home inspectors, appraisers. I mean, all these people are really, they're self-employed, and should be self-motivated and self promoters. I mean, that would be the best thing, the way I always describe it when I'm talking to new LOs or LOs that have been in the business a while, is, how do you promote yourself? Because in the end, it's always you and your ability is which is going to kind of propel you in your, and like we've talked about in past videos like this, is it seems like we're always reinventing ourselves. It seems like every 5 to 7 years, we have to come up with something changes in the market, something changes in the economy. It could be anything. And that ability to pivot, I think we use this new norm terminology so much right now that it's really the ability to pivot, adjust, adapt. And it's besides on our industries, to your point, all over in a lot of different things that we're doing. And I work for a great organization. One of the reasons I've been with eMortgage as long as I've been is their entrepreneurial spirit. They really want, myself and the loan officers I'm talking to and hiring to be out there and go-getters. But I think to what you were also saying is you also want that support. So it's not like they're just throwing you out on an island with a life preserver and, go fishing. It's, if you need help, there's always someone here to help, guide, and support. But you've got to have that energy, that spirit to be able to figure out some of the steps on your own. You got to be able to figure out, and to you and I have talked about this before too. I really don't think there's no like brand new item that's going to be reinvented necessarily to help you market. It's picking up a phone, it's going online and doing videos like this, or posting comments, or posting articles that are topical, starting a blog, mailers, farming, it's all the same stuff. And all that stuff has been around for a really long time, but it's putting your own, flavor on it, your own spin, and having that that creativity and energy to do that. And if something isn't working, to modify and change and take the next step. It's having, you and I have done workshops before and talked about having accountability partners. That's another huge thing, especially if you're entrepreneurial, to have that person to at least bounce ideas off of, to let them know how you're doing, be a little confidence boost in the background, that kind of thing.
Yep.
So, I really think, with everything that's going on in our world right now, that drive, we should all be really driven. The amount of business and people I'm talking to every day, to me, it's energizing. There's a lot of business to be had. There's always going to be some naysayers, or for every 10 articles that the economy is doing great and market's doing great and rates are at, astronomical lows, there's the one or two that are saying, right around the corner, the shoe's about to drop, we're going to go into a recession. But I think I've sent you articles, and there's been stuff in the news locally that the Arizona Business School, they've already said we've hit the bottom in Arizona and we're already bouncing out of it. So, I think get out there and go get the business. It's there to be had. And there's people that want to sell their houses. There's people, I'm qualifying buyers every single day that need to go find homes.
If they can find a house.
Yeah, if they can find a house. But
if they can find one.
Yep.
And by the way, at Pioneer, we have the list for our late payments in the county, as well as I have other counties, and for sale by owner information for my realtors. If you'd like to go and talk with any of those pieces, I'm here to help and support however I can. Mm-hmm. And another analogy, I was talking with a realtor on Friday who was in my office, and I asked her what her production was. She does about $50 million a year, which is huge. It's a big deal. And I asked her about her marketing, and her marketing has been online. It has been with emails, using BombBomb, using some new things that are paired with some very traditional things. But I'm here to help anyone blend that and create a new business model going forward, because I don't know that we're ever going to go back to where we were before. And if you haven't seen my video from last Wednesday with Daryl Turner, I interviewed Daryl Turner, who is one of the top coaches nationally in the real estate industry, focuses primarily on title. But if you'd like to have a copy of that, I am more than happy to provide that, or you can find me on my YouTube channel. And I'm whatever I can do to help and create and support and encourage, I'm there for it. As a matter of fact, Chris, this week, I haven't been doing this for a couple of years. but I'm bringing back Facebook ad classes. I'm
Okay.
bringing back PR classes. You're going to see a lot of different things out there to help and support. And maybe after listening to some of these, you might start to pivot and change your business model. So, but
Well, I mean, and two, I mean, what you and I have discussed in the past, I mean, this medium right here, we can do one-on-one classes with people that have those types of questions. I mean, versus doing a big classroom and get everyone signed up to come in if they're nervous about, still nervous about all the COVID stuff. We can do 50 people on this and do a whole class on social media. We've got tools that are, CRMs for realtors, create
Yep.
their own app with their own, it's branded to them 100%. So, I mean, there's plenty of tools out there that are free for the agents we're, speaking to use. It's just, you got to take the steps and there's a lot
Well,
of
either
business.
you or I can help them with that too.
Yeah.
So, but it's been fun to talk to everybody this morning with my dogs, and welcome to my living room. My husband, you've seen him walk back and forth many times.
It was a shadow. It's okay. It was just a shadow.
No, he's making breakfast.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, this is Carrie Sparks, your Arizona title gal, and again, have a wonderful day. I'd love to be of service to you. If you do not have a current relationship with anyone at Pioneer Title, please do give me a call. I can reach at 602-715-5704. Chris, do you want to say final thoughts?
It was great to see everyone on a happy Monday. Put your head down, go get the business. To dovetail on what Carrie said is, you're not working with the lender currently and you would like work with me or have questions about how we operate over here at eMortgage or myself, please give me a call. I try to be a resource for all the teams I interact with. I tend to always be available, and I would love to have some new relationships with people that have questions and want to get out there and get the business. So please let us know how we can help you.
All right, you guys have a great day. Thanks, Chris, for your time. I appreciate you.